Let me guess. Your button is floating somewhere random. Your navbar refuses to stick. You added position absolute. And now your entire layout looks like it survived a tornado. Here's the truth. Your layout isn't broken. You just don't understand positioning. And in 2026, that's dangerous because modern UI, sticky headers, floating action buttons, tooltips, badges, layered modals, all rely on positioning and stacking context. If you don't understand relative absolute, fixed sticky, and z-index, you're not building layouts. You're gambling. Today, we fix that permanently. This is position static. Every element is static by default. It follows normal document flow, top to bottom, left to right. Now watch this. Nothing happened because static ignores top, left, right, bottom. So this is your baseline. Everything else modifies this behavior. Now it moves, but notice something critical. It moves visually, but its original space is still reserved. That's the key. Relative shifts the element without removing it from flow. And here's the light bulb moment. We don't use relative to move things. We use it to create a positioning reference for something else. If that just clicked for you, subscribe right now, because this is where most devs stop understanding CSS. Boom. Now it sits in the top right corner. Why? Because absolute looks for the nearest ancestor that is not static, and we gave it 1. If we remove that, it jumps to the corner of the page, because now it's positioned relative to the viewport. This is why your layouts break. Absolute removes the element from normal flow. It no longer takes up space, it becomes free-floating. Use it for badges, tooltips, icons, inside inputs, decorative overlays. Not for full layouts. You just built a notification badge, like a real product UI. This is the first real-world positioning pattern. If you want the takeaway summary and all code snippets cleanly formatted, they're in the description. Copy, paste, save hours. Now let's talk about the navbar trick everyone Googles. Scroll. It doesn't move. Fixed positions relative to the viewport. It ignores scrolling. Perfect for sticky nav bars, chat buttons, floating action buttons. But here's the trap. It's removed from document flow, so content goes underneath it. Professional developer move. Now scroll. It behaves normally until it hits the top. Then it sticks. Sticky is relative plus fixed combined. It stays in flow. This is modern layout behavior. If you're still using JavaScript for sticky headers in 2026, we need to talk. They overlap. Which one is on top? The one that comes later in the HTML. Now add z-index. Still not working? Here's why. Z-index only works inside the same stacking context, meaning your z-index 9999 might still not work. Now it works. But here's where developers panic. Some properties create a new stacking context. Transform, opacity, filter, positioned elements with z-index. Be honest, comment below, what's the highest z-index you've ever used? In VS Code with Copilot or Cursor, try this. Instead of guessing, Literally comment your confusion. Let AI explain based on your actual code. Use AI as a debugger, not a crutch. Senior developers don't memorize everything. They ask better questions. Let's lock this in. Static, default, ignores offsets. Relative, shifts visually, keeps its space. Absolute, removed from flow, positioned to nearest non-static parent. Fixed, locked to the viewport. Sticky, scroll-aware hybrid. Z-index controls stacking, but stacking context rules apply. Positioning isn't random, it's a coordinate system. Now it's your turn. Build this, a product card, with a sale badge in the corner, a sticky category header, a floating chat button bottom right, 2 overlapping decorative shapes layered correctly. No JavaScript, no random z-index 9999. If you can build that cleanly, you understand positioning. Take the quiz in the description. If you can't clearly explain why absolute needs a relative parent, why z-index sometimes doesn't work, the difference between fixed and sticky, you're not done yet. Lock it in. You just eliminated one of the top 5 reasons layouts break. Most developers blame Flexbox. It was positioning all along. In the next episode, we weaponize Flexbox properly. If this helped, like the video, share it with a friend who abuses position. Absolute, and I'll see you in phase 3. Let's build like pros.